Hello, everybody. Today, we will learn how to break up with the food. If you are overweight, you probably or you for sure have a very bad relationship with the food. Maybe you are eating too much, maybe you are eating too often, maybe you are eating only the wrong things, maybe you keep saying that you love chocolate, you love fat, that you cannot live without pizza, without ice cream. So this is a very, very, very bad relationship. And I will teach you how to break up. Is exactly the same when you break up with a relationship with your loved one. So I'm assuming here that everybody have an ex-boyfriend, an ex-girlfriend, an ex-wife, ex-husband. If you don't have, you probably know someone who has an ex. So it doesn't matter who is, but if it's you, it's better because you will understand better what I'm talking about. Imagine, excuse me, a relationship that you had with your ex. You thought that you couldn't live without that other person. It's the same when you say that you need chocolate, that you cannot live without chocolate. I'm here to tell you that you can live without chocolate. From where you are right now, addicted to chocolate. I'm saying chocolate, but put in this blank space whatever is your addiction. Soda, lollipops. I don't know. Lollipops. Does anyone here over 10 years old, our addiction is a lollipop? So anyway, whatever you are addicted, from this point where you are right now, you think that you cannot live without that thing. You think that you cannot live. What are we with? It's the same with your ex. When you were in that relationship, can be a very bad relationship. But when you were there, you thought that you couldn't live without that person. And then everybody around you was saying, of course you can live. There's so many other persons around for you. You can live without, but from that point of view, inside of the relationship, you thought that you couldn't live without that one. And it's the same with the food. I don't know how many times I already say to people, you can stop eating chocolate. You will be fine. You will not crave chocolate, pizza, pasta, bread forever. Of course, right now that you are eating these things, you are suffering to leave these things. But once you leave and you wait a little bit, you will not suffer anymore. The same with your ex. When you were in that relationship, you thought you couldn't live without that person. But then you live it a little without, and then the time passed, and then maybe today you don't even think about him or her anymore. It just, you can live, you are alive, and you probably are much better now. That's what happens with the food. You are with the food in a very bad relationship, and you are there because you want to be there. You think there is no way out. There is way out. And when you leave the relationship, your life will be better. The same with love relationship. If you are not happy with that relationship, it's very hard to get out. It's very, very hard. I know. You think you cannot do, but once you do, and once the time goes and you understand things, your life becomes better without that, not without that person, without that relationship. Your life becomes better because that relationship was not good. It's the same with the food. The relationship you are having with the food now, eating chocolate, pizza, not drinking water, not working out, eating, I don't know what you're eating, drinking alcohol every day, maybe. This relationship is not good for you. Just look at your body, look at your health. It's not good for you, but you don't want to leave because it's comfortable there, because you know that relationship. But I'm telling you, it will be hard to live, not saying it will be easy, it will be hard. But after that, your life will get better. The same with love relationship. You are there. It's not good. You are there because you want. Nobody's holding you there. Take the responsibility. Once you leave, you see a better life. And like when you are in a bad relationship, what you say usually, what the people say usually, but I will not find anyone else. That's in the mind. I will not find anyone else. And this is exactly what I hear from people when I tell people, you have to stop bread, you have to stop pasta, you have to stop chocolate, you have to stop yogurt or every day. And that the first question I always receive is, what I will eat then? There is nothing to eat. But guys, there is plenty of things to eat. You eat what you should be eating. You don't need these things the same way you don't need that person that is not making good for you. Is exactly the same. Nothing changed. You are in love with the food. You post pictures with the food. You say that you love the food. It's the same with the guy or the girl. It's the same. So you cannot imagine your life without that food. But there is a better life. You have to break up, and this is very hard. I'm not here to say, oh, that's very easy, just stop eating. No, there's a lot of techniques that you can do, but the first thing is be aware, and that's what I want to show you in this video. The first thing is be aware that you have to break up with this food, that you don't need this food, and that there is a better and amazing life waiting for you without this food. And another thing, maybe you are in the process already and you are suffering too much because you left the food. I'm here to tell you, you will not suffer forever. It's the same, like you are there in the relationship and then you decide that, okay, I had a decision, I will leave the relationship. When you are leaving the relationship, oh my God, you think you will die. Why? Because you don't have that person anymore, but you also don't have the new life. You are on the way. So you left the person, but you don't know what's coming. This is the worst part of the leaving the food when you start the diet, because you left the food that you were familiar with, but you are not in the life you want to be. You are on your way, and this way is very hard, and it is in this part where most of people give up and go back to the bad situation that is very bad, but at least they know, because the unknown, we are afraid, but the unknown is the amazing. So the moment that you decide, you made your decision, I will leave this food, or I will leave this guy, I will leave this woman. When you leave, the coming days, the coming weeks, maybe the coming months, God, you will leave how we say in English, I think is the dark night of the soul. Something like you will live in the hell. Sorry. It's very hard. It's very, very hard, but it will go. It will not last forever. Once you stop eating, like every day at night, you eat chocolate. Every day. This chocolate is killing you. This chocolate is making you overweight. You hate yourself when you look against the mirror because of that chocolate. But this chocolate is the known, is the comfortable. You are comfortable eating this chocolate. So now you know that you have to stop eating this chocolate every day. Okay, I stop it. First night, you are like, where is my chocolate? It's very uncomfortable feeling. Okay, night number 2. Where is my chocolate? And you start missing that chocolate so much. Of course, you ordered the chocolate your whole life. You start missing the chocolate so much. 1 week, you think you will die without the chocolate, because you left the chocolate. You are not having this pleasure. You didn't lose weight, because in 1 week, no one lose weight. You still sick, because in 1 week is a very short period of time. So what do? You go back to the chocolate. You go back to the guy, you go back, because you think you cannot live, and because you cannot handle the suffering. Why? Because you think it will be hard forever, and will not. You just, and I don't know how long it will last, because this is very personal, but from my experience with food, with guys, I don't know, okay? But with food, if you can handle like 2 weeks, 2 weeks is a lot of time for handle suffering. Yes, I know, but you are suffering for much longer because you are overweight. So if you can handle like 2 weeks, slowly, very slowly, you will start forgetting the chocolate. And one day, after maybe 1 month, 2 months, you will find the better life without chocolate. And then you will look back and say, oh my God, how could I spend my whole life with that chocolate that was making me feel so bad? The same with the relationship. Have you ever looked back and said, my God, what I was doing with that guy, what I was doing with that woman, was he or she was just making me suffering, and I was there. So you have to break up with the food, and break up with the food is as hard, or maybe even more, than break up with a human being, with the person that you really love, that you are in love, whatever. Relationship is not my subject here, okay? But it's just an example. So you have to break up. It's hard, but after you break up, there is a better life waiting for you, and you will not be suffering. In this better life, you will not be suffering because of the things that you left. You know, girls, guys, whoever is watching, to go to the next level in our life, we have to leave things behind. So maybe you are watching me because you are 10, 20, 30 kilos over your weight, 5 maybe. You are over your weight and you are not happy. So you want to be happy. You have to leave things behind. The life you are living today, you have to leave it behind and go and give one step ahead. Give one step, the ground will come after. Give one more step. So you don't have to worry right now, oh my God, how I stay 1 year without eating chocolate? Is 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then you will not miss the chocolate. Or maybe you remember the chocolate, but will not cause any pain. The same, maybe you remember your ex, you look back, you remember, but you just don't feel anything. It's okay. Leave the chocolate for other people. You know, you are living your beautiful life. You don't need the chocolate. So you have to break up with the food. Let me try to make the long story short. You have to break up with the food. The food is not making good for you. Will be hard to break up with the food, but will not be hard forever. And after the breakup, after you get over, you have a better and amazing life waiting for you. So that's it for today. Please share this video with everybody who needs to break up with the food, or with that boy. I'm joking. Send for who needs to break up with the food. But if you want to send for that person who are stuck in a very bad relationship, and it's funny because we see others, oh my God, that relationship is not making good for her, but with us it's very hard. Send this video for people who need to break up. And if this person is you, please break up. I promise you. You can send me a private message if it doesn't work, because I promise you it will work. You will not miss the food forever. You will not suffer forever. Maybe today, going to work out 3 times a week, it's very hard. It will not be hard forever. We'll have a moment where you will feel pleasure and it will be just part of your life. Okay? So changing anything, anything is very hard, because you are going to the unknown and you don't know what's there, and you don't know the way, and maybe you will be alone on the way. So it's very hard, but please go back is the worst thing you can do. So if you are on your way, just keep going. If you are not yet, just go, just leave the food, leave the guy. Don't need to leave the guy. Leave the food, leave your bad habits, and go. Get ready, because you're not busy. But after the road, there is an amazing life waiting for you. So don't forget to send this video to that person who needs to do some breakups in their life. Thank you so much, and I hope I had helped you.